Alright, as usual, I'm not a professional and I'm uneducated on this topic, we'll say. But here's why I think this movie, 2025, will not do very well. Okay, so first of all, I think the director just went on a little bit on nostalgia or stuff that made the old movie kind of, good, great. The old Superman, I think it was the 90s or 80s or something. And going on that nostalgia, he made it so that the design of the costume, that he has here, or some look of it, stylistic, aesthetic, um, design-wise, it's just not very modernized. I do think it's a good idea, but you just, in the time we are, you have to find a way to modernize that a little bit more. Okay, and from what we see here, it's not enough. I mentioned in one of my videos, I believe so, that he looks like he might be getting a new suit at some point in the movie, and I think I read somewhere that he will near the end of the movie. That's a good thing. As you look at this suit, it's just not doing it. All right, that suit is just really not good, in my opinion. Even for a starter suit, for some reason, it's just not working, and I think that goes on the fact that he wanted to want to keep some of the old-fashioned style here, from the old Superman, which is a good idea. But again, it's not the same time period. Marketability for sale, whatever. Maybe you want to do it for. I feel this will please a lot to the old people. Sorry, not old people. Well, people who have seen the old Superman movie, and me also. Like I've seen the old Superman movie, and compared to Henry Cavill movies, from my memory, which I've seen like a long time ago, I feel like I like the old one better. But anyway, stylistic wise, is going with the old-fashioned design, but marketability, sales, at this current time, basically, it's just not working. You have to make a little transition where the old stuff, you have to like change it a little bit or enough that okay, this is pleasing to the current viewers, which and there's a different demographic for this, obviously, but you have to find a way to please someone, everybody a little more at least, right? You can't do it everybody, but just enough for them to like go for it. But I think there's a big consensus from like one demographic, which I'm not sure what it is exactly, um, that it is not good. So it looks average or whatever. The interest is just not there, which is a bad sign. But obviously, when the movie comes out and the reviews are there, and I think review-wise, critic-wise, it might do well. All right, that's what I think. But from a viewer's perspective, who will see this trailer and even see this, the critics saying they're good, they just still won't feel like watching this from based on what they're seeing at the moment, at least. Right? And first of all, I'm gonna go on this points of him not very much looking like Superman, and maybe he fits a certain Superman from like in the past, I guess. But currently, it is not working for the viewers. Well, again, a certain demographic, I feel, is not happy with this. The design and the face also. I'll add. All right, I've seen the trailer. I think it's the recent trailer, this one, and like I said in the in my video where I kind of looked at it, they're going towards more making him more connectable, and it just wasn't doing it for me either. Even though I said okay, they're trying to make it more connectable and try to make him grow more attached as he slowly matures. No, even as he was like had this personality where it's like, oh, what? That I'm trying to save people and stuff like that. I still did not like that act. I still did not like that personality. Even if it wasn't Superman, you still have to like try to get us to kind of enjoy it, right? But I just still did not enjoy it, and I didn't care for the character. And that's bad because I think it's trying to go to again a more connectable way. And even through this trailer, it was not able to. At least for me, was it not able to care? Like I really don't care about this guy. Even if this wasn't Superman, even if this wasn't about Superman, I just wouldn't care about this guy. This Superman, whatever. So that's my biggest second issue. So first is like design wise, it's old fashioned, and this does not work for the current time we're in. Even though it seems like a good idea at first, but you have to find a certain balance that will appease up something that to the current viewer as well. A lot of the current viewer, which is like I don't know what the demographic is, but I know there's a lot of people hating on this right now, and I can understand why. And as someone who likes the old one better, from memories at least at this point, uh, it's like I should be able to like this, but it's just not there for me to actually enjoy it. It's just something not done right here at some point, at a certain level, right? And second, the characters connection, I just do not feel anything towards Superman at all. Even if the main point of this is to be able to have a more connection towards a character, feel him and stuff like that. Again, this is all dependent on the trailer. Of course, I haven't seen the movie, but the trailer is making me feel this way after like I think there's like a few trailers I saw. Yeah, this is a very bad sign, bro. This is a very bad sign. And the trailer is also kind of like the selling point, right? If you're not able to get the audience, I know there are some of you that might actually. I saw a few comments where they actually wanted to watch it. They're liking this, and we're all being too judgmental, wherever. And I'm trying to be open-minded, but if I'm trying to be open and letting it in, it's still hard because of the point I just mentioned. It's just unconsciously it's just there. And again, the main character, I just do not feel nothing towards Superman. I don't even want to hear him complain. Not because he's Superman, just as a person. I'm saying like him complain because in the trailer you saw him complain a little more, as like he's arguing with the news reporter Lois Lane. I think that I'm trying to save people. Why are you like accusing me or something? It's just so far from the trailer, I get where people get it giving the hate, and I'm trying to be open-minded as to like being able to let it hit me as well. The actor's not doing it, the design's not doing it. All right, the bad guys were the only interesting part for me, and I think the design is okay for the bad guys, but the main superhero, you might have seen a good move to think it's a good move that he will have this suit, because I think the suit is one of the reasons why he looks so off. It's just something about it. And I think the underwear thing, whatever he has, James Gunn did not want to include that, but the actor really wanted it. And in some angles, it looks very weird. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. It's like, wait, is there something there? Which there should be, but like I don't know. It looks off. Looks like he's wearing a diaper a little bit, sometimes. Which, yeah. Anyway, we just designs. Yeah, so that design is not working because even if you think it's a good move, if all throughout the movie he's gonna have this suit, and we are looking at it as this suit is something, it just doesn't look good, right? Like in a very strong enough sense that we just do not feel like following him. The suit being one of the reasons, maybe. Who knows? It's a bad move. It's a very bad move, I feel, because you're already losing the audience there, right? You might have thought this was gonna be a good idea, but we do not feel like following this character with this suit all throughout the movie, looking like this, looking kind of embarrassing. Honestly, it's the first time I think I saw Superman is looking embarrassing a bit somehow. And I don't even know what the old Superman, old 90s, 80s, where it was, looked like, but I would rather seen him somehow. But of course, it wouldn't have worked in this modern setting. It would have probably looked weird. Oh no, there's a DC crossover thing I think that happened, and it's fine there. I think his name was Reeves or something. Yeah, so there's 2 points. We do not feel like following this character with this suit. We do not really like the actor somehow because we didn't like. Obviously, these are like speculation at this point from the trailers, which is quite enough. The trailer is quite big, so we saw his acting, we saw what kind of character it's gonna be, and we still, I still did not feel like following him, looking at him how it goes, pictures. So we saw him arguing with the news reporter. Even just as a character, I did not feel like following him. The suit, you think it's whatever. I feel like that's a very bad thing. It could look bad. There's this thing where it could look bad but good at the same time, right? It's not there. The underwear thing's like weird. It looks weird if you look at it sometimes. Um, Characters, the connection I do not feel. The design is not that good at this point. Okay, and again, I feel this would make some specific demographic happy or fine with it. Okay, I'm trying to look at this point of view from like a balanced point of view. Is he getting to this balance where it's not too bad, it's good, but it's bad? If I'm being honest, I don't think it's good. Okay, I think it's bad. The suit, the, I don't know about the acting exactly, but no, as personality at this point, I'm not into it at all. Yeah, I think those are basically my points. I did not even feel, I don't think I even felt connection. Yeah, in the trailer, there's absolutely no connection I felt from each other. Bad guy versus Superman, Lois Lane with the Superman, bad guys being bad people. I think again, this is going to with the trailers only, so maybe I'm probably might be wrong. If that's how it's actually gonna be, at least the trailer is doing a very horrible job of making you feel the connection between the characters. If if that could make me very wrong, but if what I'm feeling from the trailer is right, this is gonna be bad. The connection between characters was not felt. The personality of Superman, even though he's trying to make it more humane, like us a little bit more, was just not something that we wanted to watch. A certain graphic, I feel, and even I'm trying to look at it, even if he's not Superman, is this a character I would like to follow? No. I don't know what it is. I just don't. Superman suit design is not that great. I feel. They thought of making it old-fashioned, but it's just not hitting a certain point where it's old-fashioned, but it's kind of working. It's just I feel plain bad somehow. Maybe in terms of accuracy, it's good. I don't know. I'm just saying this as a point of average viewer who knows a little bit of Superman. Saw like the old movies, like when I was a kid. Man of Steel. I'm not a fan of anything. Just letting you know. Okay. I do remember the old one a little bit and thinking that's like really cool as a kid though. Yeah. Basically it. Just let me know if I'm wrong. So the suit, the design choices, the main character, the connection with characters, the personality of the actual Superman now. Nothing's hitting. Something's not working. You could make it work, but it's just not working. I feel.